Well, hello everybody, welcome to Red Tool House. On our YouTube channel, we talk about all things homesteading and try to implement some of those things on our rural 100 acres here in southern West Virginia. Well, in today's video, I want to continue our tractor discussion. We've done quite a few already, and I've created a playlist that I'll link to here of all the tractor discussions we've done so far. But today, I want to talk about Mahindra. Mahindra claims to be the #1 selling tractor in the world. So instead of just doing my research and kind of talking about it to the camera here, I thought I would actually contact my local Mahindra dealer and talk to them directly and get their point of view on this. So I went to our local Mahindra dealer, which is a company called Tractor Pros, and I talked to the general manager. His name is Daren. And I appreciate Daren letting me take the time to talk to him. And I'm going to jump right into that interview now. Today I'm with Daren of Tractor Pros, and we're going to talk about Mahindra tractors. And I appreciate you letting me come take some of your time, Daren.
Yes,
and
sir.
I know you got a lot going on today. But let's talk about Mahindra. First, let's talk about your company, Tractor Pros. You guys have been selling tractors for how many years now?
Going on 12 years.
Okay. What is Mahindra your number one that you all carry?
Yes, sir.
And you have 2 locations right now, I believe?
2 locations, St. Albans, West Virginia, and Merrill, West Virginia.
Okay. So tell me, what do you guys like about Mahindra tractors?
Well, with Mahindra tractors, you got 2 to 3 times more lift capacity and just the speed of getting things done. You know, I can use one tractor to get 3 or 4 jobs done. And when you do it in the Mahindra tractors, you know, they bought in an international harvest in 1963. They're only the leading company out there, tractor chain out there that's got that much lift capacity, no DPF filters, no DEF fluid. You know, you've got a 7-year powertrain warranty, and then Tractor Pros, we actually offer a power plan that actually you can extend your protection for 10 years.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
On the customer pays for parts and we pay for labor.
Gotcha.
But that's all, you know, when you buy your tractor, and we do 0% financing for 84 months and get your payment really low. That includes your taxes, insurance, everything.
Well, man, you threw a lot of data at me right there just now. So let's talk about, because you and I were talking earlier about some of these things that the filters, the fluids, was it the DEF fluids. Talk about that a little bit to some of us that don't fully understand.
Well, the DEF fluid, any tractor over 26 horsepower now has to, by law, to cover the emissions through the government, has to have DEF fluid,
okay,
like the diesel trucks. It's an extra expense you've got on your tractors. You have a regen system, which means you run that tractor 20, 25 hours, you got to shut it down, let it burn off the emissions. Ours aren't like that. It's just straight diesel, just like it always has, because we run on a common fuel rail. You know, it costs us a little bit more money to build the tractor, but in the long run, you don't have that extra cost of DEF fluid. You don't have your downtime of burning off your emissions every 25 hours. You know, it's just a lot more convenient. And a DPF filter, that can be up to $2,000 to change, just depending on what size tractor you got.
Yeah.
And we don't have that either, just straight hydraulic filter and oil filter like it always has been.
So who of the major lines has those 2 elements, the fluid and the filters that are?
Most lines do have it.
Okay.
You know, and the reason being is, like you said, you can spend a little more money to build your tractor and not have that emissions, but you know, if you're just shoving them down the line and getting them out, then you know, it don't really matter. And most tractor lines, they do not warranty that system.
Right.
So it's on the customer when that goes out.
Okay. So that sounds like that's something that a customer's going to be able to have to foot the bill on all that, regardless of the warranty coverage.
Yeah.
Okay. So in your guys' time of selling Mahindras, I mean, what's the range of Mahindra tractor? I mean, we're going from obviously to a subcompact lawn tractor.
Yeah, we start off with a 19 horsepower that just came out last year. It's got a 3-cylinder Yamaha motor. You can get it with a loader, belly mower, and a backhoe. You can get it with just a belly mower if you want. You also have, when you go up to our #1 selling tractor is our 26 to our 33 horsepower range. That's kind of the hobby farms, the 10 acres and less guys, you know, that don't really want to, they don't want to put $40,000 in a tractor, but they can still get a tractor loader and a backhoe for, you know, $400 a month and interest free.
Gotcha.
And they can get all the work they want done. And then we go all the way up to 105 horsepower.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a pretty good size ag tractor then.
Oh yeah. And this is our new cab tractor. This is a 6075, a 75 horse. You got cabs loaded with air, heat, you know, stereo. You got 5,300 pounds lift capacity on the front bucket.
Yeah.
So
Tractor with a stereo. That's highfalutin, isn't it? Hey, that's a good looking machine. So as far as Mahindra goes, I know a little bit of history behind it, but where is Mahindra manufactured now?
Mahindra's out of India. They've been in the United States since 1993. That's the agreement they made with international. When they bought in the International Harvester in '63, they made an agreement they wouldn't come here till 1993. So since 1993, they've opened 4 distribution centers. It's kind of like the tractors come over your engine and your frame, and then everything's assembled here. Yeah. You know, they've got one in Houston, got one in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, got one in Chattanooga, got one in Redbluff, California. So Mahindra's a very, very big company. You know, they make automobiles, they make planes, they make jets, they make everything. Yeah. Tractors are a small part of what Mahindra does, but you know, they've been the leading tractor brand, especially for us here in West Virginia, for, you know, going on 8-9 years.
Yeah, yeah. I just read that Mahindra boasts they are the #1 selling tractor in the world.
Yes.
I guess because of all the inventory that they move globally, a lot of it in India as well. So you mentioned earlier that the powertrain are all the tractors powered by Yanmar engines?
No, just the small one, the 20 and the 22. Once you get up into the 26 to all the way up to the 75 horse, you're looking at international, you know, Mahindra International Motors.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that partnership that they have with International Harvester. Okay. From your experience and your understanding, there's pretty good dealership coverage around the country.
Yeah. I mean, when we went into business, Mahindra was you know, you look into the tractors that were being produced then, back in 2006, Mahindra was the big boy coming up, you know, stepping up and really making the difference in the tractors. And one of the main differences we run on people always ask, well, how does your tractor lift twice, sometimes 3 times more than the same size as somebody else's tractor? We run on a dual hydraulic pump. So instead of having one hydraulic pump running your transmission, your loader, and your backhoe, you got one running your transmission, and then the other one's running your loader and your backhoe. So that's how we can get so much lift capacity out of a tractor.
So separate pumps designated to those specific areas. That's pretty good. All right. Well, what about price points? And if you're looking at, like you'd said, I have a 35 horse, and most of the people that watch our videos were kind of hanging around that area. When you compare the cost of a 30 to 40 horse Mahindra compared to, say, Kubota or John Deere or Massey or the other ones, how does that fit?
We're typically anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 less. Okay. You know, and we do 0% financing for 84 months. We do have a lot of cash rebates. If you do cash, we've got some big rebates, especially on the 26 to 50 horsepower range on those tractors.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that sounds like you could still save a little money and still get a tractor.
You can save a little money. You can get a longer warranty. You know. And through our power protection plan through us, instead of having 7 years of coverage, you're going to have 10 years of coverage. Yeah. You know, that's big on a tractor, especially if you got, you know, you don't really want to have downtime on a tractor. You know, when it's hay season, you want things running. Yeah. You know? Yeah, absolutely.
What are, in your experience with Mahindra, usually something has some sort of issue, or maybe there's something you wish they'd improve on. What would be a con?
Well, Mahindra always, every 2 or 3 years, they come out with a new style of tractor. You know, like our 3016, it used to be a 3316, now it's a 1533, and they redesign like you come out with a new line of motor vehicles.
Gotcha.
But everybody always says, biggest question is, what's your problem? What's your biggest problem with the tractor? We really don't have problems with the tractors, like, well, yeah, that always goes wrong. That's not what we have a problem with, but it's a machine just like anything else. You know, something's going to break. Yeah. But Mahindra's not going to give you a 7-year warranty and lose money. So in their mind, see, they started off, when Mahindra started off when we started selling them, they had a 3-year warranty. Well, they look back and they're like, well, you know, really, we could bump that up to a 5-year warranty. So they bumped it up to a 5-year warranty in 2011. Well, then they started looking at that. In 2015, they said, well, we could really bump that up to a 7-year warranty. So now they're at a 7-year warranty. So if they're pretty confident on covering stuff for 7 years, 100% parts and labor on your powertrain, then, you know, they're doing something right.
I got you. Yeah.
You know, every company, I think, should, you know, I think they should have a 10-year warranty on everything.
Yeah, stand behind their product. Yeah. So what's you guys have full service department here? What's the #1 service call you see, or service issue you see with me?
Really just service, you know, your 50-hour service, your 100-hour service, stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. I guess you probably see some people bring them in, they've mistreated them a little bit at times too.
Sometimes we do have some mistreated tractors. They think they're bulldozers, or or let their brother-in-law use it and he don't know what he's doing, but it's all part of being in the tractor business.
Yeah, some people run them like a rented mule, I guess.
Oh yeah.
All right. So obviously with Mahindra, wide range of accessories, anything you get on any tractor you're going to be able to get on Mahindra.
Oh yeah, every Mahindra is equipped with your quick connect bucket, so anything going to skid steer or bobcat hookup will go on the front bucket. We carry brush cutters, box blades, scraper blades, cedar spreaders, any 3-point implement. If we don't have, we can order it.
Yeah.
But we carry the most common things for West Virginia. Your plows, like I said, your grader blades, tillers. We sell rotary tillers, any size, and we can get brush cutters all the way from a 4-foot up to a 12-foot.
Awesome. All right. Well, Daren, if people want to check out your company, some of our local viewers want to check out, where can they find you? Are you on the internet?
Yes, we're under www.tractorpros.com. You can also reach us at 304-721-2615, or you can Google Mahindra dealer and put in your zip code and it'll show you the closest Mahindra dealer. But we will beat, with any quote from any other Mahindra dealer, we will beat them with a written quote.
There you go, so it may make it worth a drive.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Cool. Man, I appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
Nice meeting you.
You too.
Right. So Daren pointed out quite a few things there that really interest me. Again, Mahindra's warranty, the additional warranty that Tractor Pros adds, the lift capacity, the issues with this DEF fluid and burn off, all the things that are issues with these newer tractors. Again, I've got a 17-year-old tractor, so I don't have to contend with those things. But that's interesting. That makes me want to look into that more. In fact, we'll probably do a video just dedicated to those systems, and I'll get some more research from some other sources as well. But like I said, I appreciate Daren taking the time to do that. The whole point in doing these videos is to get some discussion going, and I realize this is kind of a Coke, Pepsi, Chevy, Ford, Dodge discussion that we could have going on here, where people can say, well, that thing's junk, I like this, or this is much better than that, and that's fine. You guys don't hesitate to comment below what you think of the tractor brands that we represent here in these videos. So again, I'm not going out and saying that you need to buy this, you need to buy that, but I've been impressed with Mahindra. Now I've had some friends that have had Mahindras and had some issues, but I think that's where it goes back to having a good dealership, good representation there. And I've been impressed with Daren's setup. I actually drive past his setup every day on my way to the office when I go in, and they have a lot of inventory. They seem to have a lot going on. So to me, that's one of those check marks. Say, okay, you've got a dealer in the area that knows what he's doing. They've been in the business long enough. They work on the tractors. And as he pointed out, all machines break. So there's no tractor made that's never going to break or never have issues. So when you think about that, if you're going to make these larger investments, $20,000 and up in a tractor, then it's really important to do your homework, do your research on every single brand you're considering. But your dealership location, access to that dealership, and the attitude of that dealership are really going to be very important if you're going to rely on them for your service. Well, appreciate everybody watching. Thumbs up if you like this video. Comment below on what you think of Mahindra or what your experiences are with it. And if you're in the area and you're looking for Mahindra, give Daren a shot. All right, take care, everybody.